everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca and I am here for another Witch Wednesday. And today we're getting pretty real here. So I wanted to sit and talk to you today about something that's going on with me in my life and my practice, and a thought I had that I thought the general idea of could be useful and applicable to others, so I wanted to share it. How this story started is a month or so ago. Suddenly I got this overwhelming urge that I wanted to do goddess work. It's not that I haven't liked goddesses before. I have. It was overwhelming. I was constantly looking online, browsing goddess oracle decks because I love tarot and oracle. And I love having these cards, and I liked this as an idea to have a visual representation and B, to find some goddesses for me. So I did end up getting for Valentine's Day, as you might have seen in my my March bullet journal setup video, as you might have heard me mention, and I will link that video up above in the cards for you. I was gifted for Valentine's Day this deck. And this is the Goddess Oracle. This is the back of the deck. My husband gave me this, and they are beautiful oracle cards of goddesses. This is my card for the month of March. So when I was gifted this deck, I looked up how to do readings for like finding your goddesses and stuff, because I am impatient and I don't really apparently I don't really believe in just, waiting to see if something finds me. So somewhere online I saw this idea of a spread where you draw a tarot card, and the number of that tarot card tells you how many guides or goddesses or deity or whatever it is, how many you have. And so I did, and I got the card. I got a number 9. And then I drew a bunch of cards. It was a whole thing. It was a lovely reading. And I highly identified with all of the goddesses. I highly identify that all of the goddesses I pulled are somehow connected to my life, some more than others. And one of them, the first one I pulled, is who I'm here talking to you about. It's related to her. And the first one that I pulled, and I kind of think of it as like my ground level goddess. First one I pulled is Corn Woman. There you go. She is beautiful. That is the first goddess I've pulled. And Corn Woman's keyword underneath is nourishment. And I read about it, and it talks all about how you're nourishing yourself, and are you nourishing yourself well? And I about lost it when I was doing this reading. And this was right from the first card, because no, I don't nourish myself well. You might be able to tell from my videos, I am overweight. And that is something I've always struggled with. I've always been slightly overweight. And there have been a few times where it's gotten to the point, according to a few different scales of measurement, I am considered obese. Recently, I broke 200 pounds on the scale. So I currently weigh about 204 pounds. And I know the scale is just a number. The way I feel in my body isn't very good and has never been the best. So when I got this card, Corn Woman, for nourishment and how you're healing yourself and how you're fueling yourself in your body, it really hit home how much I just don't take good care of my body. I do not treat my body like the temple that it is, and like the temple that I wish I did treat myself. And lately it's been getting worse. I've been feeling, even more so than the last time I weighed 204 pounds, I've been feeling very heavy and very slow. I'm not I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not in my early 20s anymore. My body can't handle what it used to handle the same way it used to handle it. I've been thinking a lot about Corn Woman, and I've been working a lot with her, or certainly a lot more. I believe she is, based on the readings and things I've done, I believe she is my main stalker goddess, you could say, because it's integrated into so much, it's prevalent in so much of my life. I pretty sure I could be classified as a binge eater. I know I do binge eat. I'm a person, I have a lot of things I'm working on integrating, shadow stuff, all this. Anyways, what I wanted to share with you was this one specific idea. And that was like the day after I did my reading, my goddess reading, or very, very shortly after I did my goddess reading, I was sitting there in the morning and I was thinking about working with these goddesses. And because all of this is new to me, I've never had such a steady, solid thing that I can point to and say, this is my practice. I've never had that before. So I'm not used to it. So I was sitting there after and I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about offerings and that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, well, Corn Woman is about nourishment. So obviously offerings of food are good, or would be good. And then I thought about it, and this question just kind of popped into my head. And this question is, what would it look like if I only put into my body that which I think would be good enough to give as an offering to the goddess Corn Woman? What if the only things I ate and consumed were things that I viewed as good enough for her versus what I view as good enough for me? Yeah, I'm just going to sit in that for a minute because I think that's an important question. And I think it's heavy. It is heavy. It feels heavy. What if you held yourself in such regard that you treated yourself with the same respect and love that you would treat your goddess? I wouldn't give her an offering of 4 pizza pops. I wouldn't give her an offering of Burger King, McDonald's. None of those things are things that I would consider good enough to give as an offering to a goddess who is all about balance and nourishment. None of those are. A beautiful fruit salad, great for an offering. A nice, just regular salad, sure. A nice home-cooked meal, yeah. So if I wouldn't be willing to give this food to Corn Woman as an offering, why the fuck am I willing to put it into my body? It can get kind of controversial, as I'm sure some of you watching this video will know, and many people out there know. It can get kind of controversial, the idea that we, as humans, are deserving of the type of adoration and admiration and respect and love that we give to our deity. It's controversial, the idea that we have divinity within ourselves to begin with. That idea is already controversial. And I don't really get it. I don't get why it's controversial. I don't get why it's somehow bad, and why how treating ourselves with respect and love, how could that be a bad thing? I truly don't know, and there's probably literally nothing you could say to convince me otherwise. So why aren't I acting like that for myself? I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of things to it, and it's something I'm working on and thinking of a lot. And I am trying to get to a more healthful place. I just think it's important, and I think it's a good thing to talk about and a good thing to share. It couples in with this idea I heard of a few years ago. When you're struggling with, if you're a person who struggles with self love or depression or anxiety or anything in that area, as I do, I heard this idea a couple years ago where it said it challenged you to ask yourself every day, to ask yourself, if I loved myself, what would I do right now? And then, once you've listened to the answer, do it. I don't really know if I have much else to say. I don't really know how much sense this video is going to make to other people. I know it's important to me, and I think it's an important message to share. I know I am eternally grateful already that Corn Woman has come into my life. She was probably always there, and I just wasn't aware of it. And I'm really enjoying working with her. She really likes my Earth Magic deck. I know so far it's really hard trying to sit there and think, why am I feeding myself this if I don't think it's good enough for her? Is hard because there's many layers to the issue and to how I handle the issue that I have built up over many years. So this is some of the stuff I'm thinking about and some of the stuff I'm unpacking. And if you identify with this in any way, if you struggle with confidence, self-love, self-care, I hope you will think about this, because I really believe that we all deserve to be treated with respect and love. I really believe that I deserve to nourish myself with the food that would be good enough to offer to a goddess, as I am a goddess. Ha. This spiritual work isn't a joke. So if you're in this, no, you're not in this alone. I don't really have any resolution to this right now. It is something I'm working with and going through. And I feel overall very positive about these things right now. So that's really it. If you identify with anything I've said, please leave a comment down below to let me know that you've heard me and that you're here. And then I can reach out to you and let you know that I see you and I hear you and you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm not alone. We're in this together and we can do this together. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, or if you just are being like, hey, go Rebecca, you're okay. Either would be wonderful and I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you'll subscribe so you can come back nice and easily and see what other videos I've got cooking up. I really feel like I'm on a roll now, and I'm overall really excited and just fulfilled and happy. And it means so much to me for every single one of my, last I checked, 76 subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed and who come back. I really appreciate it. And I just want to leave you with a bunch of love. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you'll check back soon. I've got a new video coming your way on Saturday, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And otherwise, I will talk to you next time. Love and light always. Bye.